Hey guys, Todd Helms with Eastmans Hunting Journals out here today to bring you a gear review on the new Eberlestock clothing system. I'm going to walk you through the layers from the base layers all the way to the outer layers and explain the properties and the technical aspects of each one, and so you have an idea of what to expect from these and know exactly how to build an Eberlestock layering system. Well, hey, while I got you here, make sure you drop down, mash that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you get notified every time that we drop hot new content here at Eastmans like this gear review. Make sure you're checking us out on all our social media feeds as well, Facebook, Instagram. You know, we might even have a TikTok now, I don't know. Well, not sure about that one. But I do know that we also have a full suite of podcasts, from the Wingman podcast to Eastman's Elevated, from Western Huntsman to Eastman's Predator Pros and the Eastman's Hunting Journals podcast. Plus, we've got a new one in the works with specifically for you bow hunters in mind that I'm not going to spill the beans on any more than that. You can find our podcasts anywhere that you get your podcasts, from YouTube to wherever that may be. Log in, check us out on those. Make sure you're giving us a review and leaving us some comments on those too, so we can keep bringing you more great content. All right, so the first layer that I'm going to review, I'm going to start against my skin with the base layers, and I'm going to work outward into finishing out with outerwear like rain gear. One of the coolest things about what I do is I get to test all kinds of different gear. And I've been wearing the base layers in particular, the Selway Merino blend base layers. I've worn these base layers from early in the fall, right now like springtime temperatures, it's 60 degrees out, all the way into well below zero temperatures on some late season cow elk hunts last year. And they're lightweight, they move with you, they're super thin and comfortable, but man, they are warm against the skin and they breathe incredibly well. When I was at my personal family elk camp last year, we were in the mountains for 5 days, and I hate to admit this, but I wore the same Eberlestock Selway quarter zip shirt every day for 5 days. I would just hang it up in the wall tent at night and let it air out, and I'd put it back on again the next day. And I was product testing that shirt. It never smelled, it never lost its shape, it never felt grimy. It just kept me warm and dry and breathable and scent free the whole time. You name it. Every company that makes base layers, I've worn them. I've tried them all. The Selway Baselayers from Eberlestock, top performers, and I really, really like them. 3 different items in the Selway base layer lineup. I'm wearing, against my skin right now, just the long sleeve crew, and it's your basic long sleeve crew neck shirt. It does have a drop tail on it, which helps me keep it tucked in. There's a lot of times when you might be bending over working on, I don't know, quartering out an elk or working on setting up a tent or whatever that might be, and the tails on your base layers have a tendency to come untucked. And it's annoying. You get cold drafts down there. Doesn't work good. I haven't had that problem with any of the Selway, with either of the 2 Selway base layer shirts. I hate it when my cuffs ride up underneath a mid layer, like I'm going to show you here in a minute. So you've got the thumb loops on this. Really nice to have. I find myself wearing these like gloves. If my hands are a little bit chilly, I can pull those up, and I still have exposed fingers that I can work, but I have a little bit of covering. It helps keep a draft out. But again, the main purpose for these is so that your sleeves don't ride up when you put something else on. I like that. All of the Selway base layers are UPF 30. In other words, I can wear this out in the sun, and I'm not gonna have to wear sunscreen. Now, moving on to the Selway quarter zip. It's got a big, long quarter zip that goes all the way down the front. And I'm not gonna model this on you because you guys don't want to see my hairy front side. Otherwise, yeah, it zips down to right about here, just below my sternum. It's a great way to be able to dump excess heat. If I'm grinding up a ridge to get to a glassing point, dump that quarter zip all the way down and I air out immediately. Helps me just regulate those body core temperatures. Flat lock seams on all of the Selway stuff, which honestly, guys, it's like you don't even feel like you're wearing it. The seams don't catch, they don't bind. Now the quarter zip does have a chest pocket, a little zipper chest pocket. And you think, oh man, I don't need a chest pocket on you know, on a base layer. I can't tell you how many times that has come in handy. If I have something small, maybe lip balm, or I've put a hunting license in there. This is that charcoal gray color. There's like a khaki tan color as well. Now for the pants. So these are the Selway Merino Wool Blend pant, the legging, if you will. And they are, the company, Eberlestock, calls these discreet, these base layers as discreet. And I think what they're getting at with that is they're very thin. They're very comfortable against your skin. They don't bind up, they don't ride up, they don't get in the way of putting on even a light pair of pants over the top of these. These are very thin, highly breathable, guys. It feels to me, I think they're probably the same weight material as the shirts, but for some reason, the bottoms feel thinner to me. As with all the other Selway, or the two Selway shirts, you're looking at about a 50% to 40, I think it's 53% merino, 47% polyester blend in these. I will say, I normally wear a size large when it comes to pants. Extra large, maybe. I needed to bump up to a 2X in these. They are designed to fit very, very tight against your skin, so they're more like a legging. They're gonna trap body heat really, really well, and they're not gonna bind up under a pair of pants. That's how they're designed. So if you're a normal sized person with normal sized legs, you probably get away with one size up. If you're thicker like me, you might wanna look at 2 sizes up, because that's what I had to do to get these to fit. Once I got the right size, I love these guys. They're lightweight, they move with you, they dry fast, and again, they don't stink. All right, so the next piece is the field sock. I've worn these socks now for quite a while. These are clean, they're washed, and I've worn them for everything from like just day trips to the mountains with the family to several hunts now. And guys, this may be like the perfect kind of all-weather sock. I can put a liner sock underneath these and it ups that R value, it ups their ability to keep me warm. The thing I like about this sock is there's extra padding in the shin to guard against binding of a boot tongue. It's an over-the-calf sock, it's pretty tall. There's less material where you want the sock to bend, flex, move, like right here on the ankle, and then here in the bottom of the sock, on the sole, especially on the foot pad, heel's reinforced. There's extra material here too, so it's extra padding and cushion as you walk. These socks stay up, they don't fall down on me all the time. They're comfortable, they don't stink after a couple days of wearing them, and they dry super fast. All right, moving on. Next layer up for me, if I'm needing a little bit more insulation, something to just add warmth and comfort, I'm gonna grab this Pioneer Half Zip Hoodie. This is a gridded fleece interior hoodie that can be worn against your skin as well. In colder temperatures where I may be less active, more sedentary, this may be a great base layer. I may reach for this, but it also works extremely well and is the layer that I'm going to grab if I need to put something over the Selway. So that's the Pioneer Half Zip. Super stretchy. You got a big half zip front on it. Allows you to dump a lot of extra heat if you get worked up and sweated up. You can get cooled down really fast with the Pioneer Half Zip. Again, you've got the little chest pocket here, which is handy for putting different things in. Easy, quick access items or things that you want against your skin. The hood fits exceptionally well. Guys, I'm pretty warm-blooded, and so most of my hunting in the fall is going to be done with little more than a merino base layer like the Selway and this Pioneer Half Zip and maybe a puffy vest like this one or a soft shell. That's gonna get me through about 90% of the hunting that I do. So that is the mid layer on this that I'm going to grab most of the time. That's the Pioneer Half Zip. Next piece that out from my skin, but something that you could still use it as a base layer if you wanted, is the Bruneau Sun Hoodie. It's a lightweight, super stretchy, like 4-way stretch shirt, very thin, very light. I could put it on over the Selway if I wanted to, But guys, it's meant to be like a sun style hoodie. It breathes extremely well. You get this thing wet, sweated up, hiking up to a glassing knob or on high exertion hunt or activity, it's gonna dry out really fast. It's also SPF 30 plus, so it's nice to have something that's going to cut the sun while you're on those exposed glassing knobs or you're out all day in the elements. I would wear this Bruneau Sun Hoodie fishing all summer long. It's really lightweight, it's gonna breathe really well, but this hood is designed, it's got a little bit of stretch to it in the right places to keep it tight on your head, and it's designed to keep the sun off the back of your neck and off your face. Sunbird could wreck the day, wreck the whole trip. And so something like this Bruneau Sun Hoodie, perfect. Super stretchy, man, it's just the air goes right through it. Awesome, awesome warm weather piece of gear. On to the next shirt. Wear it against your skin, wear a base layer under it. You could do both. This shirt's a little bit heavier. This is the Owyhee Field Shirt. Yeah, you heard me right, the Owyhee Field Shirt. And stretchy, it's got vents across the back to help with airflow. Just gonna help keep you cool. This is a warm weather design shirt. If you don't like a hood, if a hood gets in your way, you like a more traditionally styled shirt, this is the one you're gonna grab, the Owyhee Field Shirt. No zips on it. Well, it's got one zippered pocket right there. I guess I was wrong. You got two snap closed chest pockets, and then you have the traditional snap button front. Cool thing about the Owyhee Field Shirt, guys, is you can take this from the field on a day like this. You're out rambling around, and because you've got a button down and a collar, you can walk into a pretty nice place to eat or maybe have a cocktail. The Owyee's got your back. It's a field shirt, but it's going to transition into a town shirt too. This is the tan color. It comes in camo patterns and a couple other colors as well. All right, say the conditions demand something more than just a base layer. You need something that's lightweight, that's maybe an insulation layer like this one. This down vest is a little too warm. That's where your soft shell comes in. This is the Battle Creek vest. And the Battle Creek vest is that soft shell, four-way stretch, DWR, kind of weather-resistant finish vest. It's going to be windproof. It's going to block that wind on your torso. Out here in the West, a vest is a go-to layer. It's been a go-to since the era of the frontiersmen, the mountain men, the cowboys, ranchers. Everybody out West knows a vest out here is your best friend because our weather's highly variable, but you just want something to cut that breeze, and that's where the Battle Creek vest comes into play. You got a nice, comfortable micro fleece grid backer on here. It's soft to the touch. It's going to add just enough loft to trap some air against your skin or against your base layer that it's going to help you stay warm, but it's not going to overheat you. Several different color options available, all the Eberlestock camo patterns and solid colors. You got the standard issue Eberlestock chest pocket. I also have two slash pockets that I can put things in. Usually it's my hands. If you're not running a soft shell style vest in particular, not a jacket, but a vest in particular on your Western big game hunts, you should be. That's the Battle Creek vest from Eberlestock. Maybe I need a little bit more insulation. I'm gonna reach for the Payette Down Vest. Again, I love vests. You guys know this about me. The Payette Down Vest, I've been wearing this particular vest now for 5 days in a row. It's been part of my ensemble, part of my gear for 5 days straight. I was out with the family for Mother's Day yesterday, out in the mountains all day long, looking for animals and running around and hiking, and I wore this vest all day long. It breathes really well. It has a 600 fill power to it, which means it's not the big, thick, heavy, puffy vest that's going to be too warm for almost anything but stationary activities or extreme cold, but it's going to be warm enough to cut that chilly fall wind or that chilly spring wind when you're out and about and you just need something cozy to slip into. The Payette Down Vest has got you covered. It's DWR treated on the shell on the outside, and yesterday in particular, the weather was highly variable. kind of in and out, and there was some spitting rain, that spring kind of rain, moisture in the air, and it just beat it up on this vest and rolled right off. I wouldn't want to try to withstand a downpour in this thing, even though the down is treated. It's hydrophobic down, which helps prevent it from soaking up water and becoming useless, because when down gets wet, its insulation properties are gone. If you're really getting into the nasty, nitty-gritty weather, grab a rain shell and go with that, or a heavy jacket to put over the top of this, and you're gonna be really pleased. I've been really impressed with the features on this. Big, deep front slash pockets that I can put stuff in. This vest has got like everything that I need and nothing that I don't. It's just the right amount of functionality. Comes in a whole bunch of different colors. There's been some real standout pieces in this Tech Apparel lineup, and this Payette Down Vest has been a winner right up at the top of this lineup for me. All right, so we've walked out into the first steps of the outerwear, I guess. And in that lineup is the Trinity Peak Weatherproof Shell. Man, to call this jacket a shell, I think sells it short, Eberlestock, but you go, you do you. This jacket is no joke. This is a serious technical piece of apparel. I haven't had a chance to put it through the paces that it deserves to be put through yet this spring. I've worn it in the rain, I've worn it in some snow squalls, but I haven't encountered that extreme stuff that this thing's made for. I can tell you from holding it and wearing it that it's going to keep you protected from the elements at all costs. This thing is heavy duty. It is not a super lightweight garment. It's not designed to be a super lightweight garment. It's designed to perform. I'm thinking like adventures in Alaska, spring bear, maybe moose hunts, sheep hunts. This is going to be something you probably put on and rarely take off. So this Trinity Peak Weatherproof Shell, it's got taped seams all over on the inside. It's got a mesh liner across the top of your shoulders to help it breathe, help air breathe through there. It also has a reinforced shoulder panel, runs all the way across the top and the back. The yoke of this jacket is thick. It's almost like there's padding in here to help keep your backpack straps from digging into the top of the jacket and maybe compromising some of that weatherproofness. Eberlestock thought about that. You have a nice chest zipper, big, deep chest pocket zipper. Comes with its own stuff sack. You can roll this thing up and stuff it away. It is quite packable, even though it is a heavy-duty, no-joke garment. It does pack down. The other thing I like about this thing is it's got pit zips, guys. Anybody that's worn a heavy-duty worn piece of equipment like this knows how awesome pit zips can be. It's a game changer. It's going to keep you from getting overheated and all sweated up. Another thing I love about this are these storm cuffs. It's got a thumb hole. I can put it in there and everything is sealed. So when I'm glassing, I'm not getting moisture running down my sleeves because I've got this cuff. So it's draw cord hood. I can cinch it right down tight around my face, and it's got a draw cord in the hem of the jacket. If it gets really nasty, I need to suck this thing down tight around me. I'm going to create literally a weatherproof cocoon. This jacket is 20 times waterproof, or 20x waterproof, however you want to describe that. I didn't even come close to testing it. And honestly, for 90% of guys and the hunting that guys do, a jacket like this, it's going to serve them across the board, going to be more than they need. And it's nice to have a piece of equipment that's overbuilt, over-designed. How many people, raise your hand, if you've had a zipper pull come untied and fall off? Every single one of us, right? It happens. Eberlestock fixed that because they took a little piece of shrink tube, fit it over the end, and shrunk it down. That's a DIY hack that I've been doing forever on my clothes. So it's awesome to see somebody like Eberlestock paying attention to the little details. It tells you that they use this stuff in the field, and it shows. All right, so next up, and I'm wearing the Salmon River Pant. Not all pants fit me great because of my body shape and the way I'm built. These pants work. They fit me well. They move with me well. They're pretty weather resistant thanks to a DWR finish. They just, man, they're so comfortable. It doesn't really feel like I'm really wearing pants, like I'm out here in my pajamas or something. And there's little details to these pants that kind of make them that next level piece of apparel. For example, the pocket right here on this side, on the left side, it's a double pocket. I have a side pocket here that is perfect for slipping a phone into along the side of my leg right there. It's got traditional back style pockets like jeans. It also has a zippered pocket on this side, which I put my phone in quite a bit too. But what I really like to put in here is like a handkerchief or a light pair of gloves. I slip them in here and I zip it shut. I can also put my licenses in here if I want to, and it's zipped and it's secure. The Salmon River Pant. This is another thing that's unique about Eberlestock, and it shows you guys that they're thinking. They're making these in a long inseam for you guys with long legs or tall guys. Having the ability to order for you tall guys a long style inseam is a game changer. Not everybody offers that in a tech apparel pant. Sometimes you get what you get. The other thing I love about the Salmon River Pant is they're not hot. I don't get overheated in them. They breathe really well. They're kind of an all-season pant. They're going to cover you from the early season on antelope hunts or early elk hunts. If I throw on a base layer under them, I'm going to be able to push these pants late into the season. Throw a pair of gaiters on, I can pound through the snow. Just a perfect all-around pant. If I could only have one Eberlestock pant, it's going to be the Salmon Rivers, guys. All right, so next up for pants is the Afterburner Pant. This pant is a little bit lighter than the Salmon River Pant, but it's just as tough, just as durable. It's just made of a lighter material. It's going to breathe better. This is kind of a technical hunting style pant. You got a little bit of stretch in the waist, which is nice, and you've got a thin lining. You got a kind of a mesh liner in here, almost like a pair of built-in underwear that are going to, you could wear these commando if you wanted to. As I work my way down these, they have the traditional styling and pockets on them, front slash pocket. And one of the cool things about these pants is they have a vent zipper right here. It's on the outside of the thigh, backed with some mesh. And what that does is it's going to still give you all the breathability you need, but it's going to prevent stuff from getting in there. Ticks, for example. The other thing about the Afterburner Pant is it's got some reinforcement on the insides of the cuffs where your boots can rub together as you're walking to enhance the durability of the pant. It's just not going to wear out. Early season, this is your pant. I'm thinking like antelope hunting, early season elk hunting where the temps are warm. This is going to be the go-to pant. That's the Afterburner Pant. All right, so next up in the outerwear lineup, it's kind of the flagship rain shell for Eberlestock, and it is the Seven Devils rain shell. This thing, when you pick it up, you think, that's really lightweight. That's the point. It's lightweight, it's packable. It's gonna fit in a backpack. It's gonna fit in anything that you need to pack it down into really tight and small. It's got your back, but it's not gonna sacrifice keeping you dry because it's lightweight and packable. This is a 30K waterproof garment. That means this thing's going to endure ridiculous amounts of moisture and perform. I've used it a couple of times, and guys, it is quick to put on, quick to deploy, and it keeps me dry. Pretty simple, straightforward. You do have the lower hand pockets on this jacket. They're mesh lined, which is kind of a cool feature here. You've got the camouflage mesh on the inside. It's kind of neat. You got a chest pocket, zippered chest pocket that's mesh lined as well. Just a really good design there. And an interesting thing, this hood is helmet compatible. So that means you guys that are maybe climbers, or maybe you're operating and you need a lightweight rain jacket that's going to keep you dry, but still the hood goes over a helmet, Seven Devils has got you covered. This is the Seven Devils rain pant. Really light and easy to use like the jacket. It has a full length zipper, hip to ankle zip. Makes it really easy to slip these things on. I don't know about you, but a rain pant that doesn't zip all the way up to my hip and it's gonna ride in my backpack, worthless. I gotta have something that I can zip it down, put it on, zip it up, and be waterproof quickly. Seven Devils rain pant has you covered that way. A lot of rain pants don't have zipper pockets, guys. This one does. Little mesh lined pocket here, I like it. Built-in suspenders that do come on and off. They just slip off and slip back on. They're really easy to use. A lot of rain pants today, you just don't see them coming with suspenders. As a garment that's going on the outside of my body, extreme outer layer, the last piece I'm putting on, man, it's nice not to have a belt for that. Or if I want to walk someplace with it, they're not falling down because I don't have any way to keep them tight around my middle. That's where suspenders come into play. That's the Seven Devils rain system. All right, so last but not least, this is the Thunderbolt Mountain Parka from Eberlestock. This is the warm one. This is the warmest item in the Eberlestock lineup. And I've had this jacket since last winter, and I've worn it all throughout the winter. So I can attest that this thing is warm. It's got 130 grams of Primaloft gold insulation in the torso, in the body. It's got 80 grams in the arms, which is nice because I'm not getting bound up when I need to move with extra insulation that I really don't need. It's got a DWR finish. Water, wet snow, beads up, rolls off. It's not intended to be a raincoat, but it is extremely weather resistant. It's also soft, but the amazing thing about the Thunderbolt Mountain Parka to me is weight for warmth. This thing is incredibly lightweight. It weighs nothing. The wind does not get through this thing, and that allows that Primaloft gold insulation to do its job, and that is to trap body heat. Again, for 90% of what I do in the West, when I need a cold weather garment, it's gonna be this Thunderbolt Mountain Parka. It's got high zip pockets again. It's a very natural position to let my hands rest. Another thing about this pocket is it has another interior pocket as well that I can reach right into the inside of the jacket. That's a really unique design. What that allows me to do is to wear this jacket over the top of other layers and have things stored inside, say maybe in a chest pocket of a vest, that I can easily get to without taking my jacket off. The other thing that you could do is use it for vents. There are pit zips on this Thunderbolt Mountain jacket as well. I've got sealable cuffs. Again, they just seal right down tight like that. The thing I like about this jacket too is it's sleek. Guys, it doesn't bind. I can shoot easily. I can draw a bow easily. It's pretty quiet. It's got a brushed outer material, and it is warm. I've got to get it off because I'm sweating my butt off already. A note on this jacket. These run a little bit small, so ordering at least a size up, maybe 2. You know, if you're like me and you're carrying a little bit of extra pound, some emergency calories around your middle, go another size up. You're gonna be grateful for that. It's gonna allow you to get some layers on underneath it if you need to. So that is the Thunderbolt Mountain Parka. And that is the last piece in the Eberlestock lineup that I have to review today. That's not even close to all of the items that Eberlestock offers in their technical apparel lineup. There's gloves, there's mittens, there's more socks, there's all kinds of stuff. They even have a blaze orange vest. Go to eberlestock.com, check it all out. Leave us a comment down below in the comments. Let us know what else you would like to see us review that Eberlestock has, and we'll see if we can make that happen. So thanks for joining us today on this gear review of the Eberlestock technical apparel. And until next time, we'll see you in the field.